Good evening and a very warm welcome to the Grassroots Weekender show. That's just gone mad. I'm Mal Lee, your host for this evening. Yes, I am on my own. I'm on my lonesome once again, but it's been a Baltic day. If you've been out in grassroots football, well, hats off to you. Well done for bravery. Now, I want to mention the referees, the North Liverpool JFL League today. The first time I've gone into the cafe, do you like that? The cafe, and seeing them coming in after each game, having a little hot drink and trying to warm up as well, and then going back out again because it's a long day for most of those young referees. But do you know what? Brilliant. I can't thank you enough to getting involved, for turning up today actually within the weather. It has been horrendous today, and the kids who were playing, freezing, they got on with it. Mums and dads who turned up, and it was very thin on the ground. I'm not surprised. I'm sure there's one or two parents turning around and saying, I'll put the decorations up, you go to football. I'm sure that'll happen. Anyway, I braved it, out and about, but it was Baltic. Committee as well, they've done a fantastic job once again. It was great watching some great football, talking to the parents, talking to a few people, and getting one or two photographs as well from the referees. Sophie and Grant, caught up with them too. To just Connor now, I think, through a no game poster. And then I think I've got every referee within the leagues. I'm not too, no I haven't. I think there's one or two more. Anyway, I'll catch up with them no doubt and put them on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, all the social network sites, because no ref, no game. That is the message that we're giving out, and that is the message that we're wearing on our arm. Hope you like the t-shirts. This is one of the t-shirts, and the other one will have Respect right across with the poem on the back of them as well. Now you can purchase them. You can get in touch with myself, Mal, at don'ttexttheline.com. $12.50 plus postage and packing, and they're good quality. And we're hoping that the Premier League referees will adhere or acknowledge what we have on the t-shirt and wear them in April 2022. Just awaiting feedback, but they will be wearing the shirts anyway because they support us with our Respect campaign. We've done Cross the Line. We've got a few campaigns going. As you know, we've got the Heart of Gold as well. But a lot of support, and thank you to Grassroots Football, the family, who are really supporting us and getting behind us, and more referees are getting behind us as well. And I know there's one or two more young referees, new referees coming into the W&K JFL and Jeffrey Hummel, so it's going to be a little bit tight, so there'll be no shortage, and maybe got less games, but that's not my fault, I suppose. That's the appeal of everyone asking for referees. People have come on board, people have adhered to the challenge, and they've come on board and they're taking the referee course as well. And I know one or two parents who are taking that referee's course, so well done. We are getting rid of sideline referees, slowly but surely. Well done. I know it's not music to the ears of referees who are getting 4, 5, 6 games because they like the pennies as well, so they probably be thinking, what do I do now? I was really banking on that. Well, there's a lot of tournaments, there's a lot of games going, and we're hoping to hold one or two so you can get in touch with myself, and no doubt I'll look after you. Anyway, what we're saying now is, I don't know why that's gone so far down, but we'll have to move that on that one. I'll just keep my eye on the WordPress there, and that's SoundCloud. That's the audio side of things, so people are just listening. So welcome to each and every one of you, especially America. Thanks for all your messages. It really is going well. People are really keeping up to date with what's going on in their home of Liverpool as well. Anyway, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, whatever your games are in grassroots football, I hope you've had a fantastic day today, as we have. But as I say, it's been cold for everyone. Games did go on. That wind, now forecasters, come on, I give the weather out the other day and everyone says to me, I always get pulled up when I mention the weather. They all blame me, but it's not. Have a look on the BBC, have a look on ITV, look at the weather programmes. When they turn around and go, it's going to be mild day, a little bit cloudy, sunshine throughout the day, and we may get a little bit of drizzle. That's the way I read it, that's the way I saw it, and people were saying to me, this wasn't forecast, and it wasn't today. How did we get 29, 39, whatever it was, mile an hour winds coming in and ruining the game, affecting the game? Because it does. the wind does ruin the game in kids football, the ball goes everywhere, but it does keep the scores down, I must admit. So whatever you are, well done to all the kids, the parents, the managers, the coaches, the committee members, who braved everything, and the referees didn't forget you there, who have braved the weather, because don't forget, those referees are not just staying for one game, maybe one or two of them do, they have to get off, do something else, other jobs, but they're there for like 4 or 5 games, so unreal, 4 or 5 games throughout the day, whereas teams can just play the game and then they all get off them, they all get home by the nice warm fire, nice hot chocolate or whatever, and I bought 1 or 2 referees a hot chocolate today. There you go. So I was kind to them because I felt sorry for them. And it was nice to have Sophie back today as well. But all the referees seemed to be all wrapped up, but they were still cold. They were still cold in the cafe. Team here, stop saying cafe. Don't know where I've been lately, but anyway, the cafe. Great to see the managers, as I said earlier on, and it was great to catch up. Now next week, you've heard about it, you've put out on a post. We've been really busy with our Heart of Gold campaign or initiatives. We've got a team of supporters, and that's going to grow because we're going to do more activities just after Christmas. We are aiming to do the skydive with Hadrian's Wall. Fingers crossed I can get out, because I know I'm putting a bit of weight on again, which is wrong, because my foot, I forgot to talk to my physio today. I met him, Paul, today. But then again, he was there watching his football, so I didn't want to disturb him. I can always get a message to him about what was happening and why he hasn't gone. But then again, the exercise he gave me, I haven't been doing, so I need to catch up. Excuse me, on them ones. Still got me head cold, a little bit of a tickly cough. That's all it is, folks. I'm all right. Don't worry about it. Negative, as they should say. But what was I talking about? Yes, next week. We talked about the NL JFL today. Brilliant. Connor skiving again, away. Wherever he's gone, he deserves a break, I suppose. It'd be nice to see him back next week, if he's back next week. Anyway, next week, we talked about the W&K JFL, and it's not the Joe Stone side of things, because you're too far away. I'm sorry for the foods and what, and then getting back up to there and getting your games on, and we just couldn't raise enough funds to help you out with your referee fees, which we'd love to have, honestly, but maybe one day we can do something to help out the teams who are playing on the grass pitches. And unfortunately, you're probably coming unstuck because of the weather anyway, because that rain's come in, and it's this time of year where all your games are called off. And if you're going to play these games, you know, you're hitting the wind, you're hitting the bad weather, and the pitches are muddy as well. But that's part and parcel of football, I suppose, grass football. I love that. Kit's covered in mud. Nothing better than that from many years ago. But unfortunately, this day and age now, we just cancel them. And talking about this day and age now, we shouldn't have to do what we're doing, but we have to. Next week, fans supporting food banks. We've teamed up with them, and we're going to be asking teams to bring a couple of items with them. We'll have a list, and we'll put that list out to you as soon as we've got that one. But we do not want perishable foods, because it's got to go into the Christmas period. Now, fans supporting food banks have kindly said they're going to be there all day with us, and they're going to be delivering right across North Liverpool, South Liverpool, whatever it is, they are delivering. They're trying to keep stocked up all the food banks, and this Christmas is going to be a tough one for many families out there who are struggling with the cost of living, like we all are, but some families more than most. So we need to help them. They can't be starving at Christmas. And even the food banks are supporting people who are home. I know they are. There's food going in, homeless people. They can give vouchers out, they can claim, they can go and get something. So they can't open tins, obviously, if they're living on the streets, but there's going to be a lot happening there as well within Liverpool, and they're going to try and give them, whoever they are, organisation, trying to give them a nice warm place over Christmas to go and get some nice hot meals and, you know, as we say, tins. It's horrible to talk about, but as I say, this day and age, we should not have to talk about something like this, where we're all clubbing together to try and get as much food as we can to help poverty-stricken families out there, people who are struggling within lives themselves, who can't afford bills, can't afford a lecky, can't afford food, and food is the main thing to make us all survive. They can't go out and earn their own food. There's no jobs available for them. So we are asking all you teams, with the goodness of your hearts, with our Hearts of Gold initiative, as we've supplied the referees for you for that week. And if you have paid your referees fees, I'm going to sit down and have a meeting with Dave from the committee, and no doubt he'll organise it with us, and you'll get that free game. No doubt that we've organised. That's down to Dave, whatever, if you paid your fees up front, that is. So no worries, that will happen. But this weekend, next Sunday, we're asking you to please come up with the food. We're asking you to ask your players, to ask the families, if it's affordable, by the way, if the families aren't struggling, to come along and help us out and make this one massive campaign to raise as much food as we can from you kind-hearted managers, coaches, parents and children alike, to come up with the food. We've got it all organised. We've got the support of Jeffrey Humble, we've got the support of Dave and the committee members, and we're hoping to get the support of yourselves. And please, if you can just bring a bag of food in there, and then let's get it all lined up. We'll have 1 or 2 volunteers helping to load it up on the van, and they're going to drive it off and fill the van up. It's going to be absolutely chock-a-block, and that's why we do unperishable food. So please, you can look yourselves and see what will last and what will be helpful to the food banks over the Christmas period, and we'll all feel good about ourselves, within ourselves. I will, knowing that I put something on that will help families that are struggling over the Christmas period. We all tend to put that to bed and forget about families who are living behind these closed doors and so embarrassed to go to these food banks. And I've seen it myself first hand. Heads are always looking down at the floor, hands in head, on head. It's frightening. It really is. So if you can help us out next weekend, and why can't we call for a national campaign like this? All you grassroots football leagues, join forces with us and put on a big, massive grassroots football special. Yes, help out the food banks near yourselves. All do it. All club together. Leagues, football families, they do it in the grounds themselves. But we're asking you, the parents, the mums, the dads, the aunties and uncles, granddads, grandmas, to come along with the kids and help out this, if you're not one of the struggling families, that is, and help out a family near you, a food bank near you. It's unreal. This is why I'm saying, this day and age, this shouldn't happen. We're talking about, this is the grassroots show, and we are publicly asking the grassroots family to get behind next weekend. Why not? Do it in your league. Someone organise it. It doesn't take much to organise vans coming out and people to come along and pass food into you and collect. It doesn't. We all work as a team on the field of play. Let's work as a team off the field of play. Let's all club together and help our communities out. Please, if we can, you'll feel better within yourself. There'll be food to go around everywhere, and it'll be good to us, because I hear those stories and they're heartbreaking, to say the least, honestly. And I hear about a lot of heartbreaking stories, I know, but too many to mention, I suppose. So this is what we're doing with our Hearts of Gold initiatives. Let's hope you can get behind us. It's, as I say, it won't be the Joe Stone, it'll just be Jeffrey Humble. Next weekend we'll be there from 8 AM in the morning till probably 3 in the afternoon, helping out and just trying to make a difference and bring people together, as we have been doing. Don't cross the line since 2003. Let's bring everyone together. Let's bring the football families together. Let's show them what we're all capable of, and help the local communities out with the food banks, with loads of food, so no one's short of food this Christmas, and the kids will have nice fat bellies. That's what we want, isn't it? It's a pity we couldn't all just club together and get these turkeys. They wouldn't last though, and put them in stock. And I'm sure the likes of Asda, the likes of Sainsbury's, could donate 100 turkeys at least for the food banks. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that be fantastic? What about Marks's? Would they do it? Come on, we'll give it a lovely mention. If you're one of the big branches of the superstores, you can give us 100 turkeys, 100 vouchers. We would give you loads of advertisement, and I have put it out to Sky Sports. They haven't said no, they're not coming. Possibility they would, I'm not sure. Let's just see what happens. But hey ho, fingers crossed. We're really going to try and help a lot of communities out next Sunday. But saying that as well, when I went into the North Liverpool JFL League today, they are also doing it on the 11th. They're asking teams to bring the food in as well, and it's combined, and it's uncanny that it's worked out on that. They've been doing it for weeks, so have we, and we haven't even talked. And we've got this, I know the North Liverpool done it last year, great success. They're going to do it this year as well, so why not have a full weekend, Saturday and Sunday, of all teams bringing food in to help out. And we don't want teams coming in saying, we've done it yesterday, we're all right today. Come on, it's one of those things. Keep a couple, share them. That's what it's all about, to get these vans absolutely chock-a-block, so all these food banks across Liverpool can have loads and loads of food and help out all these families who are going to be struggling this Christmas. And I'll feel a little bit better, and I will sing to Jingle Bells, knowing that I've done something to help and achieve something that would help all these struggling families. And you can do it yourselves. You only have to pass food into us. And I'm working all this week over that and seeing what difference it can make. And possibility Father Christmas could make a nice little appearance. Watch this space. Will they? Won't they? I think it'd be fantastic if they could. Just to help out and thank everyone, all you kids who are helping out the struggling families. Next Sunday, put it in your diary, no excuses. We'll be there, we'll be watching your teams. Everyone is going to be a win-win-win situation. Teams are not paying their referee fees. How's that? Come on, free week in turn, just bring a bag of food in please. And we'll put a list out, non-perishable food. You all do the shopping, you know what would be helpful. You really do know what would be helpful for these struggling families that will last into the Christmas period and after. Please help us out, and please send me a message if you can, mal@don'ttexttheline.com. Add me as a friend on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, all the social network sites. We look forward to meeting you next weekend. We look forward to 1 or 2 volunteers coming over and helping us as well. And in turn as well, the Heart of Gold team will have buckets out, probably myself, collecting on the day, trying to raise funds for our next initiative. That's what we want to try and do. We're doing rather well at the moment. We can't thank Aintree Sofas. They jumped in straight away to help us as well towards this. And there's another business that I will be naming next week who just jumped in to help as well. The more businesses who want to get mentions on our DXTL TV from the touchlines and our podcast as well on SoundCloud, Mixcloud, every cloud. If you want mentions, we will support you, and you can support us as well. But please, any superstores would like to give us vouchers for turkeys to throw to the food banks, that we really welcome, most welcome indeed. Get in touch with myself now at don'ttexttheline.com. Okay, we've talked a lot about what's happening next weekend. We're still in grassroots football. I'll be talking to you, the managers, tomorrow at the W&K JFL in Liverpool. And I'll be talking to Dave from the committee to organise. So Dave will give you all a message, hopefully tomorrow during the week. I'll let you know the situation, how we're going to be developing this. So we'll get 20 minutes to talk to Dave and then write it all down. And then we'll have in January a nice little story about how you've all helped as well from the Walton Herald. Yes, we'll get in touch with them and we'll have a lovely story about this, and it should be a big story because you, the people, are helping other struggling families. So pat yourselves on the back, and we'll see you tomorrow at the North at the W&K JFL at Jeffrey Humble. And then next week it's the big one. I'll be looking at the weekend and I'll be working really hard to help these food banks. You can help us, help them. In the meantime, thank you for tuning in. Whatever you're doing, I hope you've enjoyed your football. Tomorrow, don't forget, the referees will be there yet again. So it's loads of respect. No ref, no game. Remember that. Applaud the referees, encourage the kids to play, and thank the referees at the end of the game, because without that referee, there is no game. We all know that. Anyway, thank you for tuning in to the Grassroots Show. We'll be back again tomorrow at 7 p.m. From myself, Mal Lane, all the team at the Grassroots Show, don't cross the line, respect, No ref, no game campaign. Don't bully the ref. We'll see you tomorrow at 7. Have a great evening. Good night. God bless.